My name is Chris Frey. I'm the winemaker at Jost Vineyards up in Malagash, Nova Scotia. And today I'm here to introduce you to the 2012 Tidal Bay. So our 2012 Tidal Bay is a blend of three varieties. We've got 82% Lacadie Blanc, which we picked from our own farm, a hand-selected block just off the water here in Malagash. I selected those grapes because of an uneven ripening, which created depth and character without even having to do anything. It was quite nice. As you cruised across the field, you got some tropical notes where it was sunnier. You got some more citrusy, grassy notes as it was a little cooler. So by selecting that block, I was able to already basically be blending before we ever picked. After picking, the Lacadie was pressed in two different batches. One was fermented with more of a Sauvignon Blanc style, and one with more of a Chardonnay style. Having never worked with Lacadie before, I wanted to make sure that I got the best out of it that I could. The next blend component that we have is a little bit of Ortega. 10% of the wine is Ortega. Now, the Ortega, I really wanted to express it as a Riesling-esque style, so highlighted in on the minerality, a little bit more weight, which is why we originally used the Ortega. After that, we selected 8% New York Muscat. Now, just a kiss of Muscat, and it was just enough that you get a bit of that tropical, sort of lychee, spice, rose water in the background. And it really sort of, I find, highlights the rest of the grape varieties and just really increases their crisp freshness while adding another dimension again. 11% alcohol. I believe it's sitting at 12.7 grams residual sugar and 7 grams acid. So by doing that, we were just able to really balance out the acid-sugar ratio. I didn't want a sweet wine, and I didn't want it to be blaringly dry either. So what I always find with this wine is the first sip, it's all the citrus fruit. I mean, really, the Lacadie is shining through. I love the tight sort of lemon, a hint of lime, but that all of a sudden starts to develop more into melon with sort of a fresh Anjou pear, really ripe pear as it goes through the mid palate. As I get to the finish, that's when I start to pick up the New York Muscat. Really, it's like rose water. It just sits on the back of my tongue, and that to me is the most appealing part, because it makes me want to take another sip and refresh the palate again. This wine, I want people to have to come back to it. I want you taking another sip, and I want you searching for that which made you take the first sip. Each component really does stand out. You do get the Lacadie, you do get the Ortega, and you do get the New York Muscat, but in harmony. This is like the four tenors, you know? We've got four big booming things happening, but all coming together. On their own, they're beautiful, but when they're together, they just create something that none of them could rival by themselves.